Hello, good morning. Gary Champion, Psychic Medium once again. Yep, I better read this. Just want to keep it out. September 12th, free readings. You have to go to the YouTube site, Gary Champion, Psychic Medium. That's the name of the YouTube site. And subscribe and be in the chat room and submit questions. And my wife and I, Bunny and I, will answer whatever we can. I think we do pretty good at it. Sometimes I don't think we do very well at it. September 19th, free healing afternoon. And all these classes are at 2 o'clock Central Standard Time, USA. September 19th, free healing. Someone in the chat room who needs help will put their name out, and the one with the most needs is usually who we take. And I've later discovered that people in the chat room who are there all the time don't submit themselves. And often someone else in the chat room who knows them will submit them, saying, I know her, and she's got this. So people within the group who are healers in the chat room give up their space to be healed to someone who probably needs it more. It's a lovely community of people. The healers that show up for healing afternoon, or they've been there since the beginning, some of them, and their energy is powerful. Their intent is good, and I feel like I have a nice group of friends there. I'm not the leader of the cult. We all work together. It can't be done by one person, what we do. It can only be done by a group. Anyway, talking about it too long. September 12th, free readings. September 19th, free healing. September 26th, I'm going to offer the self-healing class again, which is where you learn how to heal yourself, boost your immune system, fight off some of these things that are chronic. November 7th, change your programming, change your life. So those are the 4 things set up. And there is a donate button in the, my wife said to say, there's a donate button at the bottom of the picture down there. It says if you want a reading, and then it says there's a button there. Click on that. It's a story I told in my self-healing class the other day. I didn't think I'd retell it, but some things happened to make me think differently. Peanut, the wonder dog, who's on his perch. That's the peanut perch. He now has a place he can climb up, his own little place to sun and look at dogs that pass by and bark at him or growl at him or whatever. Some he likes, some he doesn't. He woke me up at 5:30, and the time I got dressed and out the door, he wants to go to his girlfriend's house, which is one street over. So he goes between these 2 buildings, pulling me. I'm asleep, and of course she's not awake. His girlfriend sleeps in late. She's lazy, and I finally convinced her she wasn't there, and we went on our normal route, which is up and then over. And I wouldn't be doing this if my wife were in town. Bunny's out of town, so Gary walks the dog. Gary is official Peanut the Wonder Dog walker. And we're heading up the street, and there's a lot of nice places along there for a dog to do his business. And we stop, and he's sniffing a patch of ground, a little more than usual. What dogs smell things that humans can't possibly smell. And I'm standing there, sort of zoned out. Well, I zone out most of the time, but more zony than usual. And I look at a house, and I see that there's the shadow figure goes up the steps. It's not a real human. It's someone who's passed in shadow form. That's all it is. If you've seen them, you're not And often people see these things all the time, and they convince themselves that it's not real because it doesn't fit into the normal spectrum of life. So they say they didn't see it, or their mind convinced them they didn't see it, and sort of effectively doesn't exist. But I see them fairly often, so I thought, boy, this is real interesting. Why is it? Why are they showing me this at this time in the morning? Why is this figure going up these steps into this house? And he went up the house and through the wall. I thought it was a door. When I went by there this morning, it's a wall, and the door faces the other direction. I don't know if anyway, he went through the wall because they're not in this dimension really. You're showing themselves in this dimension, but really the spirit's in another dimension. That's all they can manifest. They don't fully form as three-dimensional pictures or whatever, people. Anyway, that's my understanding of it. And then I heard, I was staring, and then one of my guys said, "Death awaits us all." And I haven't heard that before that I'm aware of. I thought, what is this, the Grim Reaper? I mean, what is this all about? Was it to get my attention, to let me know that death awaits me? Mediums are pretty cognizant of their lifespan. I've been told when I die, I'm okay with it. I don't know if that's a perk of being a psychic medium or a curse of being a psychic medium, but you generally know things that the average person wouldn't know about yourself and other people, although some things you just don't tell. Or sometimes you do tell them and it gets you in a lot of trouble. You don't want to tell somebody that they have a couple of weeks to live, although I've done that. And it got out on the internet, and people argued about it. How dare you say that? And I said, yeah, but she did die 2 weeks later. I think somebody else posted it. Maybe I did, I'm not sure. Anyway, the daughter of the woman who passed went on and defended me as something that she needed to know. And that's the only reason you would tell someone they were going to pass, is that she needed to get her life in order, her paperwork and all that kind of stuff. Most people don't. They wait till they're dead and it's too late. And then that teacup that your uncle gave you, that whatever, it doesn't get to the right person because you didn't leave it in a will to someone. And believe me, in a will, these little things are very important. Anyway, so death awaits us all. I'm staring. This figure goes up the steps, and it happened. I saw the figure, and it's maybe 2 or 3 seconds later. I was staring at the door, hoping that it would come back out or maybe say something or whatever. And it's quite possible that it's not my guy that said death awaits us all. It's possible that this spirit was telling me that. I mean, of course, you don't know. There's no manual on this. Yeah, on page 46, if a shadow goes up a step, a flight of steps, then that means that there's... Anyway, I told that in my class. And then, sort of as time goes on, it occurs to me maybe someone in that house is passing, or maybe someone connected to the people who live in that house are passing. I don't know. But why would I see a shadow figure or a spirit go up steps? You don't really see the legs moving. You just see it sort of floats up through a wall into that house. It's precisely that moment that I was standing there. 5-10 seconds later, I wouldn't have been there because we did move on. Dog's got to go. Peanut's got his regular routine. And we'd been there long enough. Anyway, so I'm thinking, what's the responsibility of a medium when you see something as weird as that? Now, neighbors don't know that I'm a psychic medium. I guess a couple of them have guessed. And one of them, I guess maybe I told and shouldn't have. because I can't be trusted out on the street. I say things to people all the time that to help, but I think most people out there, they don't know what I do. So what's my responsibility? Do I go knock on the door? Because I know the guy and his wife. I've seen their dog come down the street here a lot. Our dog used to play with their dog. They're having a little tiff right now. They're not speaking. They're on speaking terms. But I've spoken to the guy at least, I don't know, a dozen times maybe. He's a nice guy. His wife's very nice. Young couple. What's my responsibility there? Should I boldly march up there or see him on the street and say, this is what I saw and this is what I heard, and these things usually come true around me? Well, I didn't do anything. I told my wife about it, and I told this class. I think there were quite a few people in the class, but they don't know this guy. And the reason I'm doing this video, it has nothing to do with any of that. This morning at 4:30, this dog wakes me up. Peanut the Wonder Dog decides he needs to stretch his legs a little bit, and it's 4:30. So, and he's real anxious. He's just really ready to go. So I hook him up. We go up put his little click on his harness, and up the street we go. Same place, top of the hill. I get there. This guy and his wife come out. I say good morning. Not really thinking about the shadow figure or anything. Just I'm barely awake. It's close to 5 maybe. And I say, hello, good morning. And he said, good morning. His wife didn't say anything. She was she really doesn't. She's kind of quiet. I think she teaches school. And then comes the part. They're standing there. They've opened the doors of the truck and they're staring at me. And I said, "What's going on?" He said, "Where's your dog?" And I said the name of the dog, which I can't say here. He starts barking because he knows the dog's name. That's weird. He knows the dog's name, and if I say his name, he'll begin to bark. He said, "Oh, he's over someplace. I don't know, someplace house, and they're going to Pennsylvania. They're going to drive to Pennsylvania." I said, "Oh, well, it is a good morning out. It's clear sky. It's a beautiful day. It's a great day for driving." And I said, "See you later." And they shut the door, started up the truck, big black pickup truck, and drove it off. And at some point, we're heading back home, and I realized, uh-oh, I was given a warning to give them. I didn't say anything. And now he's on the road going to Pennsylvania in a pickup truck at 5 o'clock in the morning. I don't have a phone number for the guy. But it's too late. It's too late to warn him. I don't mind looking foolish. I've been foolish my whole life. It doesn't bother me any at all. It bothers other people. It bothers my wife sometimes. It never bothers me. Because when you're trying to help somebody, looking foolish is kind of just it's the thing of the day. Usually it comes out badly, and there's a lot of shuffling around and odd looks, and okay, we'll keep that in mind. And now that will spread through the neighborhood that I really am nutty. There's a couple people already know I'm nutty. But and that happened this morning. So did I miss my opportunity? Did I fail in my abilities as a medium? Maybe it means nothing. It was just a spirit telling me about mortality. Why did it go in that house? Why the next morning at a completely different time? So that was 6, and this is an hour earlier. He got up at 4:30. I think I was out the door by 4:45. And by the time we walked up the hill, it's probably 5. Different time, different day, by one day. So, I heard it the other day, a day passed, and then this happens. And it's such an odd convergence of things that my wife's out of town, I'm walking the dog, my wife wouldn't have seen it. It was there for me to see. I was supposed to walk my dog up the hill and see that and possibly warn somebody. It's the only thing I can get out of it. Or it was a spirit just telling me, you're mortal and death awaits us all. Interesting, isn't it? So, on the one hand, you tell someone they're going to pass, and then 2 weeks later they do. Peanut's leaving the room. He's ready to go. And on the other hand, you don't tell someone. Interesting dilemma. So I've made this video. I don't know if I'll put it up or not. Probably will. And await what's going on. Maybe it's not them. Maybe it's their grandparents are going to visit. I have no idea. I wasn't given that. I'm getting a name now, so connected with that, which I won't reveal. Anyway, that's all there is to it. The classes are the free healings, free readings, and then the self-healing class you have to register for on my website, www.garychampion.com. And self-healing and change your programming, change your life. Hope to see some of you in the class. And as a medium in these things, I've seen a lot of these things happen. You can't beat yourself up because you didn't say something. You can't really deal with it. And I've learned that life is just life. So, and you can't have any fear about it. So no fear, no regret, no anger. Thanks for watching.